And with the Panthers playing preseason game 2 on Friday night, that's where we're going to start. Admittedly, you need the context. Bryce Young is still looking like the real deal. Right? You need the context. This is not a conclusion you would come to if you just check the stat sheet, right? But through 2 preseason games, Bryce Young still looks like the real deal, and I have to go back to what I said. You go back and listen to the very first Panthers conversations that we had here on The Drive with Tim Donnelly about the upcoming season. It's all that matters. It's the only thing that actually matters. That's it. Again, you can go back and find our first conversations about the Panthers for this season, and the point was obvious. This year's success or failure rides on if Bryce Young looks like a franchise quarterback or not. The wins and losses, fine. The production, the stats, fine. Does he look like a franchise quarterback is what we decided was the only thing that truly decided success or failure. Then we let our imaginations get away with us, right? We decided that Bryce Young was the only thing that mattered. Then, the division is so bad, right? So winning a division might be possible. Oh, the free agent additions are so interesting, right? Miles Sanders, Adam Thielen. Look at DJ Chark, Hayden Hurst. Oh, look at all this. Oh, the draft picks. Oh, okay. Look at the new coaches are so different than Matt Rule. Right? Matt Rule was a college guy. Frank Reich is a pros pro, and he has a great assistant coaching staff. There was so much time between the draft and actual football that, what else were we going to do but let our imagination just grow and grow upon itself? And then we couldn't help but to wonder if bigger goals were possible. Are they a playoff team? Can they win the division? Should they win the division? Are they being disrespected by the odds makers? We had all these conversations. Let's boil it down to the basics. If Bryce Young looks like a franchise quarterback, this season is a success. And thus far, despite the lack of success as a team, Bryce Young has done nothing to make me think he's not a franchise quarterback. He's done nothing to make me think he's not a franchise quarterback. His first pass of the game versus the Giants should have been a big play, right? This preseason game 2, the one on Friday. His first pass should have been a big play, but for some reason, Jonathan Mingo threw on the brakes a little bit. All right, he did a little hezzy step. That's not on Bryce. He makes a heck of an escape, right? Falls to the ground, stands up, pops up, makes a throw to Thielen that is in no danger of being intercepted. Maybe Thielen could have made an unbelievable great play, but if not, no harm, no foul, live to see another day. That is smart, not rattled. Makes a great throw on a deep out to Hayden Hurst. Hurst makes a great play. Looks like finally they have a highlight for the offense to build off of, called back on a hold. That's not on Bryce. Bryce is doing the things that you want to see Bryce do. Bryce is doing the things that you want to see Bryce do. And everybody seems to be on board. Harry Douglas, ESPN radio personality, on why he likes Bryce Young but has no confidence in the pieces around him.
I'm feeling personally good about Bryce Young. The surrounding and supporting cast, I don't think I'm feeling good about. One of the things I think that has plagued just about all these rookie quarterbacks is their communication with pass catchers, whether it's their wide receivers, tight ends, running backs, and being on the same page. Also, this offensive line for Carolina, they're going to have to be better. But I think the lack of team speed, or I should say a lack of speed that they have on the perimeter is making me a little nervous about, Carolina from an offensive standpoint. And, the communication and those guys being on the same page. So I think when it comes to all these rookies, they're going to have to dig deeper with their communication to pass catchers and understand that their voices are going to have to be heard moving forward.
You can have concerns everywhere else. You can have concerns everywhere else. As long as you don't have concerns about Bryce Young's development moving forward, the season is a success. So, right, if we boil it down to basics, First 2 games of the preseason, for as sketchy as they've looked, for as frustrated as the offensive line has made me, for as much of a play, meaning a big play I've wanted to see made, I think we have to say they've been a success because Bryce Young played the part. Right? He's made the best of what he could. He's gotten through progressions quickly. He's done all of the things that you're worried about rookie quarterbacks doing. Bryce Young, talk to the media about the game slowing down more with each drive.
It feels good, but, I think, again, it's just a day-by-day approach. Watching the film, I feel like there's always room for improvement, always stuff I'm trying to grow in day by day. So I think, the more reps, the more experience, especially when you get to go up against another team in a game environment, those are kind of, that's invaluable experience for me, especially at this stage. So definitely grateful for it. A lot I want to improve on and get better at, but I'm going to keep taking it day by day.
He's going to keep taking it day by day. The rest of the team has to keep taking it day by day also. And what I mean by that is if Bryce is putting together enough that we're getting excited about, if Bryce is putting together enough despite his supporting cast that we're getting excited about, the supporting cast has to make sure they're not being a parachute towards Bryce Young or an anchor, right? They have to make sure they're not holding him back.
I was excited to see him once again complete half of his passes, 3 of 6 for 35 yards on 2 series. I was excited to see him get 17 plays, and I was really excited to see him lead that 15-play, 62-yard drive. The only downside about that, they just came away with a field goal. But still, for him to put together that good of a drive in just his second preseason game, I liked it. I like everything I saw.
He's been put – this is the best way that I can explain why – I can sit here and tell you, right? Like a WRAL sports fan, if you're watching our stream, I'll look at you straight in the camera, eye to eye, and I'll say this. This is why I can say I'm excited about Bryce Young, despite the fact that his statistics have been underwhelming. He's been put in some really, really bad situations, right? Unblocked defenders. Pressure up the middle, pocket collapsing, falling down in the backfield, guys not getting open, not having much time, right? All of the things that with young rookie quarterbacks you get very, very worried about, and he has managed to A, protect the football, B, never put on crazy eyes, right? Never get skittish, never look like he's tremendously worried and or upset, never snap at his teammates, never do all of the things that you worry about him doing. Right? It's almost like, all right, we've gotten that test out of the way. We know what he looks like when things are going poorly. I hope we never, right, this is from the team's perspective, I hope we never have to find out how he reacts in a big game when things go poorly, but we have a pretty good idea because these probably feel like big games to him, his first games out there in a Carolina Panthers uniform, and we're not helping him out a ton. He's doing everything he can, right? He's escaping. He's running out of the pocket. He's throwing on the run. He's giving us chances to make plays downfield. He's doing a lot. The running game is not helping at all. The offensive line is miscommunicating and getting him hit. I think we just need to boil it down to the basics, right? We need to strip away all the fluff. Are they a playoff team? I don't want to say who cares, but who cares? Are they going to win the division? Same thing. At the end of the season, let's make sure we ask ourselves one question when it comes to the Carolina Panthers. Does Bryce Young look like the guy who's going to lead them for the next 15 years? And if we're closer to a yes then than we are now, the season has been a success. If we're closer to a no than we are right now, the season has been a failure. The win-loss, the stats, all that, it'll come. If he's good enough, it'll come. Let's just watch the games and handle the evaluations the way that we should handle the evaluations. And through 2 games, I'm on the side of, you know what? He looks like he's good enough, right? He's above whatever line that makes you a franchise quarterback. I withhold the right to change my opinion on that based on new information, which we will acquire during the regular season.